Hi, everybody. What happens when you get a message from the other side? And it comes through your phone. Shut
I'm laughing at Oscar.
From the other side.
I'm sorry. That was. I just heard Oscar all over again when you started that.
I was like, I didn't even say.
Tonight.
Wait till you see.
Tonight.
Tonight.
Up, Jessie.
All right, guys, we
Dale,
need to.
pues, yeah. Yeah.
Downtrack.
Okay.
Jeez. This is going great, guys.
Oh, these bloopers. All right.
Dude, imagine if we were to go live for a show. Okay. Tonight, we're exploring a phenomenon that's as chilling as it's comforting. After death, digital communication. Buddy's got it tonight. From voicemails that arrive weeks after someone passes to eerie text messages. Let's go ahead and find out what Buddy's got for us. Let's get into it.
Cue the music.
What is up, dudes? Welcome to the Paranormal Dudes podcast, episode 56. See, this time I didn't have to put a stupid skull over my mouth because I didn't say the right episode number. If you're not watching, you're only listening, you don't know what I'm talking about. So tough shit. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on. A crazy week. We had a lot of conversations, things that have happened to me on the paranormal side here at my canton, my house. I don't want to talk about it just yet, but why don't we jump into Oscar just got back from a trip. He was in Florida. I'm sure you experienced some, I don't know. Did you experience anything crazy out there outside of alligators or anything like that?
Actually, I did. So I went to. So anytime, this was like a business / leisure trip. So before one of our meetings started, me and my brother-in-law, we always like to find like sacred bathrooms, like pretty much where you can take a crap without worrying about anybody.
I do the same thing. I if you ever have to go to Disneyland, I have one of them for you.
Ooh.
No one goes there. It's amazing.
Perfect.
I'm not going to say it live because then everybody's going to go there.
Yeah,
Go for
they'll
it.
be waiting for us. But we ended up finding a sacred bathroom. And so he told me, and I went. And when I went inside, opened the door, nobody there, just a little music in the background, right? Went into the first stall. And then when I closed the door to the stall, I heard the door that like the bathroom door, like open. You know how it does that like noise?
It's a little kid, like in those videos on Instagram, trying to get it.
Yeah, like, so I was like, wait, like, it should have made that noise like a long time ago, you know?
Right.
So I was like, all right, whatever. Like, I'm not gonna think about it. Sat down, whatever, started doing my business. And then all of a sudden I hear like another noise, like a door open, and then I hear and then the door again like closes. So at this point I'm like midway and I'm like, all right, dude, like fuerza, just take it out. Boom, like
lo cortó.
Yeah, like because I was like, dude, I got scared because I'm like, dude, like nobody was here, nobody was around. Like you have to walk a long distance to get there. And honestly, I passed through like a spot where it said like, oh, like private party, whatever. I guess it was reserved for later on in the day. And I heard that and I'm like, dude, I come out, there's nobody there. Like and the restrooms are big enough where you can hear footsteps, nothing. And I'm just like, all right, dude. Like I started getting like chills and like it just felt so weird. But that's I don't know what it was.
Were you able to clean yourself?
Yeah, I clean myself. I take my wipes.
Like, fuck this. I'm not cleaning. I'm just gonna walk around like this.
Take my
It's not
wipes.
worth it.
Did all that, but yeah, that's what I experienced in
Okay.
Florida.
Okay. That's crazy.
So that,
Did you? That was your story, Ask?
yeah,
Is
I do
that-
have
is that what you're
one
saying?
small thing that happened last night.
Mm.
So in my
Who was
hallway,
sucking your toes? Who
Wait
was
till
it?
you see my the boo boo.
so my stairs, they have two light switches. There's one on top, one on the bottom, so I don't have to run when I turn them off downstairs, right? So I was coming upstairs. My wife was already
You don't have to
asleep.
run.
I just realized that too. He said that, so I don't have to run.
Oh my
Yeah, that
god.
was like a little checklist when I saw a spot. But my wife was asleep, and literally, I turn off the light. 30 seconds, she starts like calling for me, and she was like fast asleep. We had just got from the trip, so we were tired. And she starts like calling for me, like yelling, and I'm like, "What the heck?" So I run to the room, and she was like, "What the heck? I thought you were already in here." And I was like,
Oh.
"No, I was in the
Uh-oh.
office room the whole time, but I just turned the light off like 30 seconds ago, and then you started yelling." And she's like, "Well, in my dream, like I swear I saw you come in the room. You came towards me like so close to my face that I couldn't see you anymore. And then
Oh
you
my
were like
gosh.
going into my mouth, and then you covered me like and you pushed against my chest like with the blanket." And I was like, "What the heck?"
What the
And then she woke up. Yeah. And I was like, and then she was just like looking around the room, and like I got like these massive chills. Like I would turn around and I would still like they would like kind of move around with like, let's say they were like here, and if I would turn, I would
Yeah.
feel them still here, like in the same
Still back
position
there.
of where it was at.
Like,
So
were your chills so like? Yeah, obviously I had goosebumps and chills. Like, was it so bad that in the frontal area of your t-shirt did you have rips from how hard your nipples were? Because
yeah,
of how-
dude, I had to change my shirt. Yeah,
Oh my god.
I was getting to that part. So
Oh my god.
yeah, but
I'm sorry.
that happened.
I'm sorry.
That happened.
And
So
something followed you home from Florida.
Really? Is
Damn.
that what it is?
Something attached itself to him in that
Is
bathroom.
it the shit ghost? The
oh,
shit ghost followed him home.
I did go into the room by myself, and I was like, "Hey, like you're not welcome." I did all that, and I haven't felt anything. So, but last night
Is
I
it
did.
there? Is it with him now, Jess? Is that what you're saying? No? Okay.
Got that fool.
No, what happened is that Osk finally got home. He finally finished the other half of his shit, and the ghost was like, "All right, I'm done. I did my job."
It came out and got flushed down the toilet.
Yeah.
Good luck, sir. You have a good rest of your life. Okay, not bad. I like your story, Osk. It was eventful. Jessie, do you have anything
Not really. I went to the beach.
aside from the occasional? I saw people at the beach that weren't there because I saw you at the beach.
That's basically it. A lot of things at the beach. But nothing
Like-
that stood out 100%.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. What about you, bud? You've been going through some wacky shit in past couple episodes. Anything coming back?
Nothing personal to me. Although today I did go to my doctor's office and my daughter out of nowhere said, "I need to talk to you about a dream I had."
Uh-oh.
And in her dream, she says she knew it was a dream, but she saw me walking around the house and talking to her mom. And for some reason, we were talking about wanting labubus. And
Oh, hell no.
and she says, well, at that point that she like in her dream for some reason liked labubus, so she left to the store in her car. And when she got to the store, she saw people waiting to buy all these labubus. And she said in her dream, what tripped her out the most was like while sitting in her car watching, all of a sudden the people started unaliving each other just to try and get to the labubus. And she says
that's
from there she was just
crazy.
kind of like freaked out, and she was like woke
Damn.
up out of her dream. But it just
That's
kind of
crazy.
made me laugh because we had that episode a couple weeks ago for labubus.
Weeks ago. Yeah, it's true. Oh, it's do any of your kids they kids, but they're like older, but still. Do they watch the show at all?
They've caught a couple shows here and there.
Okay.
They kind of really got a little freaked out when they had the whole incident in the closet here. Uh,
Dang.
Rightfully
and so
so.
they were kind
Rightfully
of
so.
like,
I don't blame them. I don't blame
yeah,
them.
so they just kind of threw it out at me. They're like, the next time you have something like that on the show, let us know before we watch it because that was kind of scary. So I was like, all right.
So
Well,
I do
luckily
remember
everybody.
something. Wait, I do remember something that Valentina
Here
told
comes a
me.
pendejada. Get ready. Get ready.
It's not, asshole. So Valentina sees colors around people, right? Auras.
Okay. Yeah.
So it was cute because she was on her tablet. She's like, "Mom," she's like, "You know how I have astigmatism?" And I said, "Yes." And she's like, "That's why the doctor gave me glasses." And I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Is that why I see the different colors around the people?" And I said,
What?
"No."
How do you answer that?
I told her, "No, you're reading their auras. Astigmatism is like something else, but what you're reading is auras."
Yeah,
And she's
I
like,
have
"That's."
astigmatism. That's why I
And
have a lazy eye. This one, I'm sure everybody sees it all the time. This one right here.
I didn't even
yeah, nobody
notice.
would have noticed
But you're
unless they're
so late at night when you're
staring
tired.
deeply into your
Yes,
eyes. It
I look
wanders.
like I look like Forrest Whitaker from time to time. I'll point it out.
My God.
Sorry,
But yeah.
it's alpha brain. Anyway, I get it, Jess. She's gonna be following your footsteps. I think
Yeah,
moving
for sure.
forward. Honestly, though, I think she's gonna be a little more powerful than you are, though,
Oh, I'm
in
like
my opinion.
a thousand
Because
percent sure she is.
I don't think we've known each other since like, well, the three of us since third grade, and I've never heard you talk about the colors around people or auras, around people.
Mm-mm.
Crazy that she sees that, and she's so innocent still, your daughter, that she thinks a lot of this stuff is normal. At
Mhm.
some point, you're gonna have that conversation with her about, okay, mija, the things you're experiencing, not everybody experiences them. Like, you have a gift. Have you started to have that kind of conversation with her?
Yes, I even told her stay away from the people that have black auras or grays or something weird. But she always
Yeah.
says, like certain people, she'll be like, "I like her. She's colorful, or she has a
Ah,
Mm.
rainbow, or she has a rainbow. She's very colorful. She has a lot of colors." And then
makes
like
sense.
this one
Damn.
senora that I talk to sometimes, just like whatever, I would talk to her in the valley, like una vecina or something. She was like, "Oh, why do you talk to her? She's dark, mom." Okay, stuff like that.
Makes sense.
And is her never
Can
mind.
can she do that by like watching these videos? Like look at Oscar and be like, "Oh, he's got an aura,"
He's
and
dark.
or is it
Does
Yeah,
she
all like
look
in
at me and
person?
say he's dark?
yeah. You want me to ask her?
So if she was to look at me right now, would she be like, "Oh, that's Buddy. I like his aura," and I'd be like, "Because I'm fabulous."
She'd be like, "He has glitter."
I wonder what she sees around me, and she's probably like, "Oh my god, this guy needs to shut the fuck up."
She sees like glowing tacos around you.
Um,
Little
I'll
gummies.
ask her. I can tell her to come in one of these days and she'll tell you guys.
yeah, I would
Yeah,
love
that'd be
to.
cool.
That'd be cool for the show, so that people could see that. Buddy, you said that um, at the end of your story, you said your kids or your family, they catch some of the episodes. Like, I guess that's a good question for everybody here before we jump into our topic. We really don't catch up much if you're watching the show. This is our therapy time before we film and after. We love getting together and talking for a while. So we're gonna throw this in the show for a little bit. Maybe this is kind of breaking the fourth wall a little. Buddy, you said you have some people in your family that watch the show. Is that correct?
Yeah. I have some of them watch and they'll kind of follow. They're not diehards. A lot of my family is really not into the paranormal at all,
Yeah.
but I think for a lot of my family, like we've said before, like my mom, my grandma, they don't want to
Mhm.
they don't want to get the affirmation that they are also have some kind of gift.
Yeah. Correct.
So by hearing
Correct.
this here, it blows their mind. So they just kind of like, no, 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 they stay away from it. But
Yeah,
even
for
my
sure.
mom's told me that she's seen a couple of the episodes, and my brothers have seen them, and I keep telling them subscribe, just help out the page, you know.
Yeah.
But family, friends, yeah, I've had quite a few tell me that they watched.
Cool. That's cool. Well, Osk, I know you mentioned like your brother-in-law watches. If you want to give him a shout out.
Yeah, no, my brother-in-law, my nephew. I have some friends too that like watch it during work hours.
Thanks for
What's up,
watching.
you guys? And also people that just hit me up. They're like, "Hey, dude, you have a podcast?" Like
Yeah.
on the ads that come up. So it's pretty cool to be able to have people just be like, "Hey, dude, I saw you guys on Instagram or wherever," you know.
That's
But yeah.
awesome. What about you, Jess? Jess talks to millions of people, so this is going to be interesting.
Well, apparently nobody knew that I had a podcast. Everybody was messaging me this weekend. I don't know why. I was like, just go on YouTube and subscribe. But yeah, I mean, random people will message me like, "Oh, I saw you," and then random people will be like, "I didn't even know you guys like talked about that stuff. Like, we could have been talking about so much cool things all this time." And like, but I mean, I'm sure my sisters sometimes watch it.
Yeah.
But that's, I mean, just a little bit of every. I have like very different friend groups. So once you get to like
Yeah.
know me more, you'll see. But yeah.
Definitely. I guess now we've come to me. Mine's going to be easy. Everybody fucking hates me, so because I talk too much and I joke around too much. So no one's watching from my family.
That's
They're
not
annoyed by
true.
me. I want to believe some of them are watching, or at the least hate watching. If they're hate watching, I'll take that too. It
I
still
started
helps
watching
us.
because Ethan was here.
I not because of you, but because of Ethan.
Fuck Sergio. I was here for Ethan. Yeah, so it's honestly, I don't know. I don't have those conversations. I hate bringing up that I have a podcast or a YouTube channel. Only if it's asked of me or someone asks me a question, and I'll talk about it. But I'm not like out there, "Oh, I have a podcast. You should go watch it," and blah blah blah. But I just don't do that.
Well, your
It's
family
just because
member
I'm
said I was a
weird.
celebrity, remember? So he watches for sure.
I mean, yeah. For sure, they watch the show, or maybe they see our shorts on Instagram or TikTok. If you're not following on TikTok and Instagram, you should go check it out. It's in our description here on YouTube and on Spotify or anywhere else that you're looking, because we share things on there. So we try to split it up here on the YouTube channel. We have content based production where we're like coming up with scripts and all kinds of nonsense like that. But outside of that, everything else is pretty much organic, and like we share stupid memes. Like I just shared the La Llorona one a couple days ago, and I think I shared one earlier today. Just stupid stuff, and just to get a laugh. And it's the best way to contact us. And if anybody in my family members, in my family, I should say, are watching the show, I thank you. Whether it's hate watching or you like it, I appreciate it. I mean, even like the interaction I had with it at McDonald's, like I told you guys that one time, where I got noticed, it's still strange to me. And long story short, whoever doesn't know, because they don't know, I got noticed at McDonald's. Okay. I went to go get breakfast, and nothing extravagant. It wasn't something nuts. The girl that took my card to pay for the meal, she goes, "Are you on a podcast?" And I go, "Maybe." I'm an awkward guy. Okay. Awkward, I mean, because I make everything uncomfortable and a joke all the time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So she goes, Are you sure? Are you sure you're not? I'm like, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I could be. And she goes, Paranormal Dudes? Said,
Damn.
oh, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Can I just get my food? Like, can you give me my card back? She goes, okay, well, you have a good day. I'm like, all right, bye. The window, and I didn't even have to do that because the next window, and I got my food. But I don't know if she like ran over there to go tell her coworkers or
You're such a
something.
grumpy old man.
She
I
unsub.
am.
That was the
Really am.
unsub, bro. I saw it.
That was the unsub. That day she unsubbed. I remember.
What's crazy is
Um,
I also got noticed at a McDonald's too.
oh no, here it
Dang.
They
comes.
ran up and they're like, "Are you Grimace?" I was like, "No."
Were you wearing a purple shirt?
I wear a lot of purple. My wheelchair's got purple on
Oh
it
my
too.
Oh
gosh.
my god.
Oh my god. Thank you, buddy, for coming in to the rescue
Yeah,
with my
thank
awkward
God.
story. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, buddy.
Okay. Well, with that being said, it was a nice little catch up between the dudes. If you like that, cool. Then drop a like, leave a comment. See if we want to see if you did like it or not. If you didn't like it, well, fuck you. I'm just kidding.
Oh my god.
Let's end without further ado for tonight's episode. Buddy,
Get rid of the
first
gummies.
time on the show. First time on the show. This is his topic. Take it away, buddy. He's like, bye, guys.
He's like, fuck this car.
Now, if the microphone just wants to work here. All right, guys. All right, dudes. So we got our topic today is after death digital messages. So these are messages that are also known as ADCs, which are called after death communications. Apparently, these are texts or emails from deactivated accounts, or phone calls, or some way that somebody that's already passed away in the past, weeks, months, years behind, um, are somehow reaching out to their loved ones or people that they know. And it's a phenomenon that still hasn't really been explained, and it apparently happens everywhere in the world.
Oh, okay. Okay. And you said, did I hear that right? Deactivated accounts too?
Yeah. There's actually reports of deactivated accounts, deactivated phone numbers, deactivated
Facebook
social media.
accounts, socials. Okay.
Yeah, everything like that.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, family members will start getting messages or text messages from that number that shouldn't even be running.
Oh heck.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay. I'll let you. I have this alpha brain's kicking in, so I have like 1,000 questions. But go ahead, Jesse.
Well, one of the ones that came up here was the Stanley Hotel phone calls, and
Okay.
that's where guests report in their rooms. They're getting calls to their rooms, and all they hear is static, or they're hearing familiar voices whispering their names through the phones in the middle of the night. And
Oh my god.
Auto request a
this
refund
is
right there.
right. Yeah,
for
this is a
real.
hotel room, so like, if somebody's going to call you, apparently, they'd be able to know you're in that room or whatever. But there's been reports at that Stanley Hotel where people show up there and go what do you call it, unplanned, or they don't unannounced. They just show up, and in the middle of the night they'll get these calls, and then they'll hear their name being spoken through the phone lines there.
It's like, did you order the chicken club for service?
That would have been like,
Housekeeping.
Yeah, did you put extra bacon on it, baby? Okay.
"Ay, tocino?
Tocino.
Wait till you see my.
That's okay. I mean,
I think
overall
if that happened to
question.
me, I would keep talking to them. I'd be
Yeah,
like, what?
I mean, I would too. It would be an interesting conversation. But Would you guys say, now that Buddy brought this up, would you say that modern communication, whether it's socials, emails, or even our phones, would you say it's the new way to communicate with the other side? Would you guys say that?
Yes.
Opposed to using like a Ouija board or, the candle method or anything like that, or the knock system.
I feel like it could, but it would just have. Oh, you can raise your hand here. That's cool.
Oh wow! Oh,
Hey,
Buddy
that's an
raised his
update.
hand. Is
I
that
feel
an
like I'm in a
update?
fucking WebEx. I feel like I'm in a fucking WebEx
I
meeting.
feel like I'm in
I
a
just saw it.
marketing
I was
meeting right
like,
now.
But he's been patiently waiting and his hand is raised.
His hand's gonna get tired.
Let's give Buddy some time to speak.
no, go ahead, Oscar, and I'll fill you guys in on this from my research that I did on this topic. So
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. I feel like it is, but I think it has to be them contacting us. I don't think we
not
can.
the other way around.
Yeah.
It's not like you dial 1-800 dial my
Or
boo
mix
that
a lot.
died. Term mix a lot.
I think
Dial the
the
party
party
line trying to contact your relative, your past relative. You can't do that. Doesn't work that way. Sorry, guys. But
So-
Buddy, you said you had something?
yeah, so you guys are, you're wondering if this is like the more modern way of, reaching out and everything.
Right.
And actually, through my research that I did for this topic, it's actually not a new technology.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, this post-mortem experience, it's possible to receive any kind of these communications, even well through your devices, like our devices today, which it's figured it's more prevalent because there's more devices out right now. So I mean, we have 6-year-old kids walking around with iPhones better than what I got. So there's more opportunity for these messages to cross over and reach children, reach adults, and it's just possible. But this actually in my research, I found that in the early 1900s, Thomas Edison and Nikola Tesla, they were both rivals
They
in
were
their in
both
their.
succubus. I'm just kidding.
No, well, no, they
they were
wanted
sucking
to.
what?
They wanted to.
No, they weren't with succubus though, but they were rivals, and part of it was
Right.
the light bulb, part of it
Mhm.
was the phone. Well, one of their other rival parts was making a phone called the spirit phone, where
Oh,
this phone
okay.
had nothing but a speaker. There was no other way. It was just sound coming out, no phone in, nothing like that. And they actually were able to create something and put out blueprints for it. And I
Mm.
messed up because I forgot which one of them was the one that finally, I think it was Tesla that finally finalized the plans for it and had it patented.
Okay.
Uh,
Whoa.
so they they've had this, yeah, there it is. They've had this technology for a long time already, and I know I sent it up on the group, but in that video that I sent you guys is actual recordings that came out through the spirit phone. It was a group called the Skull Group in 1996.
Okay.
They rebuilt the phone according to the plans that came out by Nikola Tesla. From that phone there, it also was able to capture like I want to say like photos they were explaining. So it came out like on a special like film. And when they came up with the whole plan with everything about that phone from that test they did, there was actually a writing on the film that was the letters TAE.
EAE. Okay.
Yeah, which they ended up finding out later, and they had it verified through the actual signatures that uh, the it was the initials for Thomas Alva Edison.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Uh-oh.
And so when they started asking questions, this spirit box, this spirit phone started answering but they heard voices. And the voice that came through said, "Hello, this is Thomas Edison." And it
No
says,
way.
yeah, the voice came through
Damn.
and it said, "Hello, this is Thomas Edison." And it would continue to attempt to communicate through the spirit phone because spirits are all trying to communicate from the spirit realm into the living realm.
Like at the same time.
Yes, there's many
That's
spirits trying
crazy.
to reach back.
That is
So
nuts.
through this group, this was in '97, they're actually trying to say that the spirit realm is actually still conscious enough trying to reach back to the living realm. Kind of like there's two different
Oh,
side by
okay.
side realms, and we're trying to
Yes.
communicate with each other. We just haven't broken that plane.
Okay, I see.
Because
That's
they're on a
very
different
interesting.
wavelength. Yes.
I'm trying to send you, Sergio, because I don't know how to share this stuff on my phone.
Yeah, I got you.
But this video from YouTube that I'm sending you right now
Yeah,
is
let's check it out.
actually some voice phenomena they heard through one of these spirit phones.
Mm.
Oh,
And it's actually quite interesting hearing it. This was one of the, I think one of the best ones that I found, and I had to share it the other night that we were going to record and we postponed. But I was just like, this has to come out.
Perfect.
And on
Let
that
me go ahead
video at 2:15 and at 2:45 were the actual recordings that come
Okay.
out through the spirit phone.
We'll go ahead and maybe fast forward to those spots. But let's take a look. What were the timestamps? You said 2 what?
2:15.
2:15 and 2:45.
Dude, what if you just hear like,
Hear this guy out a little bit.
in your ear. Hey, little mama, let me whisper in your ear.
Cases of children whose bodies had died to give to their parents. The parents were overjoyed. Here's an example. Sonia asks whether the child in spirit would like to leave a message for her mother.
Would you like to leave a message to your mother?
Mommy, I can talk.
oh, heck no, dude.
Oh, dude, that sounded crazy. That sounded crazy, dude. There's like,
And that's,
it's like layered with other voices. That was nuts.
yes, they're saying that there's just so many spirits trying to reach out through these spirit boxes that
Oh,
the main one that you're trying to communicate with is kind of the one that'll step in front,
right.
but in reality you end up picking up different voices coming
All
through
of
at the
them.
same
Oh, that's
time.
crazy.
So they say a lot
So
of
she
times
got like the ghost phone fast pass before
exactly,
everybody, right?
yeah, because you're kind of sending your energy
The sentry.
in that direction of that spirit to reach back out to
Right.
you. So
Okay.
it even goes in their research going as far as like Einstein and other philosophers and scientists that are figuring how to break this plane to use these spirit phones to a more effective matter.
Right. That's crazy, dude.
I don't even want to hear that again.
I
do.
want to
Let's
hear
play
the other
something
one.
else.
The
Yeah.
other one on 245 is really good too.
Go for it.
45. Okay. Before we do, I just want to say this guy for sure has done ayahuasca. For sure.
Look at his tie.
Wow.
It's the father asking a question. When she plays back the recording, the child's answer is on the recording.
I'm sure you're doing great. We love you and miss you.
Daddy, no, love you. Daddy.
The heartfelt responses are demonstrations of the personalities of the children living in the next life.
Oh my God, I got a
Their
super
love
chill.
continues.
Dude, this guy's just
Yeah,
like,
those are they're powerful.
Okay.
Like hearing that.
Okay, let's take a step back. Okay. All of us being somewhat well versed into the paranormal, let's unpack this a little bit. What we just saw. Okay. How do we know it's their daughter?
Oh my
How do we know
God, that scared me. I just heard mommy.
Oh, here comes Valentina.
Vale,
What
come
color?
here, baby.
Hold on, let me change my
Where it got
color.
me.
Hold on, let me
I
change my
can't
color.
hear them.
Okay. Can you tell me? Okay, see, buddy, right here.
We actually have
Can you tell
Valentina
me
here.
what colors you see on him?
Yeah. Red.
No,
red.
like the colors that you see when you're astigmatism.
Blue. No, blue. No. Yeah, blue.
Okay,
Yeah.
what
Blue
about
makes sense.
your Theo Sergio?
Red, pink.
No.
Okay. And what about Oscar?
Kind of like a light kind of like a really light is violet. Yeah.
Violet.
Really
Okay.
light.
All right.
A violet?
Ryan.
Violet.
Right. A really like lightish violet purple.
Like indigo?
And like a very light indigo. Mommy, I want to say hi to them.
Okay. Say hi to your Nino once and leave, please, because I'm in recording. Go.
Hi, Nino.
Hi, mijo.
What are you doing?
Okay.
Hi.
I'm chilling with your mommy.
Close the door. Okay.
I want to give you a hug.
Okay. Hurry.
This is like a wholesome moment. Our podcast is usually like
Go.
full of
Dude,
jokes, and
You know what indigo and violet mean?
I don't know. I guess we're about to find out right now from Jessie.
Oops.
Are you guys
Okay.
looking up the aura colors?
Now you being no that now
I
we're
was
trying
waiting
to
on you.
unpack that, waiting on you to explain that. So what does violet mean for Osk? What does that mean?
Violets. I don't know what violet aura. I know like more blues and pinks because that's like a lot of like what she sees.
Okay.
But violet indicates usually like a strong person or a strong connection of a higher consciousness. So like because he's
Oh, dude, this is crazy. Oscar. I just Googled it. Oscar's
Yeah.
nipples are getting hard again and rip his new shirt that he has on right now. A violet aura often associates with a deep purple or lavender hue. It is believed to signify heightened spiritual awareness, intuition, and psychic abilities. Bro.
Show more, and it says, "and extremely handsome."
And it
See that?
it says
A little further down. A little further down.
Sergio, yours is loving
Dude.
compassion.
Bro.
Loving compassionate spirit. Buddy, what did you say yours was? Blue?
That makes sense, yeah. All right.
A person who is peaceful,
It
calm,
has an
trustworthy, and
asterisk
possesses
after
a
it, though.
strong sense
Depends on who
of
you
self.
are. For me.
Okay, you guys, your invoices will be in the. I'm just kidding.
The DocuSign will be sent to your emails.
The DocuSign.
I
I
think they
think
froze.
Jessie froze. I can't hear anything.
We lost Jessie.
Yeah.
Spirits are pissed because she's giving Aura readings for
I know,
free.
and I'm like, I didn't even hear what mine was. It was like, buddy, yours is blue.
I mean, I don't know if this is accurate. I Googled it real quick. A blue aura generally signifies a person who is peaceful, calm, trustworthy, and possesses a strong sense of self. That is you to a fucking T, buddy. That is crazy. Okay.
I'm just tripping
Dude.
on how Valentina came in here and threw that
She
out
just
at me.
walked in
And-
here and was like,
I don't know if we can go back to that. You know, when you see the editing, but right when she said blue, my earpieces went blue.
Blue? No. Yeah, blue.
Okay.
yeah,
No
I
way.
They're always
did
rotating,
notice that. I
But
did
as soon as
notice
she
that.
said blue, I was looking at myself when she said it. She says blue,
and
then
there
it
was
just went,
blue.
yeah, and I
Yes.
was like,
Ooh, dude, that was nuts.
That was quick. Like,
Yeah, it
it's
didn't
just
take her
on the
long to
fly.
do it either.
no,
What did she
she's
say
got
for
a
me? Pink and red aura?
pink and
Let's
red,
see what
yeah.
this-
And you know what it is with her though, is that she's just constantly seeing it. This is like
Yeah.
Jessie, you know, she's walking through it all day, every day, and she's seeing people with glows, bro. Like that's really awesome. I would love to be able to do something like that.
Let me hit up Jess to see what happened. Oh, she's typing.
The power went out.
She said the computer froze. Too much energy, I think. Too much energy? Froze
A lot of
that?
energy throw out right there.
Yeah.
Did you get the same thing, Osk, when those recordings came out of the kids? Were you that electric static feeling immediately?
Yeah, it just felt like,
Yeah,
oh.
it was a weird feeling when I heard it. It
Yeah.
because it's not honestly for me it because it's not, they weren't like natural sounding. It was very like robotic. Yes, it might be because the nature of the technology, but at the same time you heard like layering of voices when the little girl was supposedly saying it. So Jessie will jump on right now, but what I was touching on is who's to say, how are we able to confirm, unless they were asking questions that only the daughter would know? How do we know that that really was their daughter? That begs the question.
But that's a good question because they're not sure. That's why they're still doing all that research with this for that skull program.
Right, right.
Because they don't know what they're reaching across to. And what you're hearing in those recordings is early 1900s, what do you call it? 1900s technology. They didn't make anything
Mhm.
new. They used literally Tesla coils. They wrapped copper around a megaphone several times to make it record. It wasn't like the microphones we have now that you can hear you talk. This is
Yeah.
Yeah.
like this is so primitive as far as recording goes that if you look at phones, the first phones, they were very crude, and this thing is picking up sounds from who knows where, and it doesn't even have a microphone. That's what's the trip. It's just a speaker.
Yeah.
Oof.
I don't know.
I mean, it's
When I
go for
heard
it. Go for
it,
it.
I just like I just imagine like the kid in some dark place.
Like
Like
a
I
dark
couldn't
place.
yeah, like I couldn't see anything. I could just like they're just like in a room, like just dark. Like there's just nothing
You
there.
know, you know what's so scary about what you're saying, Oscar? And it's tripping me out right now is that
Uh-oh.
exactly what you're saying is what I'm feeling. Is that they're in a dark room, and being that these are kids, it's making me get that
Kind of like poltergeist feeling,
not
kind of like
polter
that.
no, the one where the kid leaves his body at night to sleep, and
Insidious. Yeah.
Insidious. They're
Insidious,
trapped
yeah.
somewhere, like they're
Mhm.
trapped and something's holding them there.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Like
Oh.
it's getting me like so chilled that you're saying you feel they're in a room because that's exactly what I was thinking too.
I
Yeah.
mean, like, okay. The positive side, the positive side of me, the optimism in me wants to believe that it is the kid trying to communicate with their parents. But the side of me that questions, which I question everything. I question people. I question everyone. I'd never take word verbatim, and I don't take it as Bible. I'm always a skeptic of when someone's talking. So I'm not saying I'm a skeptic of the paranormal because I'm not. If you've been watching the show, you're well aware that I'm not. But what I'm saying in this instant, what scares me about these kind of that messaging, what if? So there's two scenarios that are rolling around in my brain. The one I already brought up, that what if it isn't even the daughter, and it's another entity pretending to be the daughter and trying to get an opening, and get into the souls of these poor parents. Or the other is, what if there's a spirit, or a malicious spirit, I should say, or an entity that's using the daughter
Yeah.
as bait almost, which is also a possibility as well. There's so many possibilities. Like I said, it's like a yin and yang thing. I don't know how you guys go about things with the paranormal, but I always go at it with a grain of salt, whether it could be something positive on the optimism side, or it could be something malicious on the negative side. Um, I'm not saying I'm a pessimist, because I'm not, but you always have to be cautious on everything that you're doing. It doesn't matter what type of entity, what kind of magic, or whatever it is, because there's always going to be the good and the bad. Now, you might think of it as a holistic view of everything, where you want to believe everything's positive and rainbows and there's meadows everywhere. I guarantee you there will be a day in the paranormal community, if you're a part of it and you wholeheartedly believe in it, one day something malicious is going to happen to you, and you're going to change your views, because that happened to me when I was relatively young. And I think, yes, this whole Tesla communication device is good because we could finally have some type of communication with the spirits in the afterlife, or our loved ones that we lost. But you're also opening the door to the other side of it. That's why I always say, in anything in paranormal, you take a step with caution always.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's just me, though. I don't
totally
know how
agree.
you guys approach it.
I totally agree. I mean, I think this is really interesting, like watching this whole
It
thing on the
is.
spirit phone and knowing that there is a wall, like two parallel worlds and stuff. But I also think uh maybe our relatives or our loved ones that passed before us, I think we need to allow them to rest as well, instead of be
Yes.
poking at them,
Yes.
trying to bring them back. Like,
Yeah.
I think, we go through our ritual of the funeral. You lay them
Yeah.
to rest, you put them in the dirt, and they're gonna, and I think that's something that we need to allow that family member,
Allow
that
to
loved
happen.
one, to
Yep.
be rested. Yeah,
I
instead
agree.
of just poking at them with these experiments over and over. I really
No,
do
you're right.
go to that
You're
side.
right.
I feel like
You're right,
that's
because that.
where the
Yeah, go
malicious
for it,
stuff
Oscar.
start to happen, because it's like, dude, you're not respecting the cycle of life for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
The
know,
cycle of the soul.
yeah, the soul.
Definitely. Yeah. For sure. I agree with you, Oscar.
I have something to share real quickly. In November, I will be going to Cancun. And this is because my grandma, one of her last final things that she had told us before she, like, when she passed away, she said she wanted her ashes to be spread in the beach of Cancun.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll be going and doing that. So just, it kind of, I don't know, it brought it up right now when Buddy said, laying to
Yeah,
rest. So
it's kind of an emotional state. Like, my grandfather just passed. It's almost a month ago. It will be a month ago very soon, and and yeah, I agree 100% with what you're saying, buddy. When I think it's all selfish reasons when people want to have the spirit of that relative near, or trying to communicate with them over and over. They're already tired. Their soul's been through way too much
mhm.
on this plane, which is, Earth and this reality. So let them rest. Like, stop dragging them back, dude. Just let them be at peace. That's why I never. That's why there's people out there, especially on TikTok. I don't know if you guys saw, Oscar. I don't know if you saw that comment on TikTok where we were talking
Oh
about
yeah.
last episode about. It was a good segue. It was the last short we had up until this episode, and the commenter, she said, I would accept it, these messages from my relatives, and I would embrace it. I get it. I totally get what you're saying. It's something that you would love to have, but at the same token, you want them to be at peace. You just let it go. You're keeping them around for selfish purposes, and uh, if you're going to be nice and outward to everybody in the world today, meaning every other human, then you should do the same to your loved ones that have passed. But yeah, that's just my take on all that. This is a great part. This is like a wholesome segment, buddy. We haven't really had one of those in a while. Uh,
Yeah,
but I'll let you continue instead of me rambling on.
those videos there were with the skull group. I just thought they were really awesome. The fact that we are at a point where we are able to reach into the spirit realm some way.
Mhm.
We do have a lot of different technologies. ADCs are also what we get on spirit boxes for anybody that's a ghost hunter. Um, Basically, as I've read through my research here, is we for this segment kind of talked about it just being digital messages, but once I really got into this whole idea of it, I found out that it's not just digital. I mean, we can have dreams. We
Mm-hmm.
could have, telepathic, what do you call it? Communication, through telepathy. We could see our loved ones or our spirits, our the spirits of our loved ones in our homes.
Mhm.
Um, in Jesse's case, some will speak to her, and I don't know if they're looking for help. ADC can be everywhere and anywhere, and not necessarily just to be on our phones, though it's now becoming more and more normal to come out as a type of voice message or a text message or something you'd receive on your phones.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, there's just so many levels of this topic. You know what I mean? And there's, I'm sure there's real cases that you came across in your research, but aside from the video you just shared with us, it's hard if I don't know. Has this ever happened to any of you? Like, not necessarily. It
Mm-mm.
doesn't have to be an electronic device or an email or anything like that. It could be voices. It could be someone visited you in your dream. It's the same concept. It's kind
Sergio,
of
I'm sorry, but this did happen to me and you once
it.
at your
When?
house. We were in front of your home,
Uh huh.
and I saw your grandfather in your car window, and he said to let you know that you were going to be okay, that everything was going to be okay. And
What? And
we were
was this in a
standing in front of
dream
your
or like
house.
in real life?
No, no, real life. We were standing there at De Leon house, and
Oh, okay.
we started talking. Then I started crying, and you were saying, "What's going on?" And I told you, "I'm looking at a man in your car window, and it not your
Oh
abuelo
my
Ernie.
gosh, I remember this.
Yeah, not your
Oh,
abuelo
it's
Ernie.
connecting.
I don't. I
Yeah,
think
yeah. My
Sergio,
mom's dad, Sergio, the one I'm named
Sergio.
after.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
I never met your grandfather, Sergio. I knew your grandmother,
Right,
but
right.
that night I told you there was a man in the window of your car.
I
And then I
remember
told
this
you
now.
he
Yes,
wants
yes,
me to
yes.
tell you that from here everything's gonna be good for you. And I was crying and crying, and you were like, "Bro, it's okay." And I was like, "No, bro, this man is talking to me out of your window of your car." So this actually has already happened to us, and
Bro,
actually it took me going through all this to remember that incident that it happened with me and you.
that's crazy. When you were saying a little more about the story, then it clicked. I like remembered. I remember that night vividly.
Yeah, we were standing right in front of
We're
on your
right.
grass in front of the Alero.
I remember that in front of my stupid green Alero. I remember that.
Yep, yep.
Jess, are you good? Are you able to jump back on your PC or?
No, my computer like freaking went crazy.
That's wild.
Oh, this
While we were
episode
talking
is
about all that, I
nuts.
felt like so charged.
Yeah,
Like
they.
most of this segment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. Jess, before when you lost connection with your computer, we looked up everything your daughter um, pointed out on our auras. She was not 100, but like 2,000% correct.
Yeah, I know.
It was wild, wild,
Yeah.
beyond wild. Um, it's I have chills in the back of my neck. All of it. That's crazy to think. And I actually have um, an anecdotal story as well with after that messages. It's not mine. It belongs to my mom. I'm going to bring it up. I don't know if it's a personal one. She could get mad at me later because I brought it up. But when my mom was very little, her grandfather died, which is my great grandfather, which is the Japanese one, the one that left Japan to Mexico. And let's paint the picture here. She's in her room and she sees my great grandfather sitting on her bed, and she felt something on her bed. She gets up and obviously in Spanish, because he only knew Spanish and Japanese. He didn't know English, and he told my mom, everything's gonna be okay, mija, and I think my mom said, he said, I'll see you later, but everything's gonna be okay. You won't see me anymore. Next day, my mom found out that he passed away. My mom didn't know that he passed away, and this was before. I don't remember the specific details, whether it was a day before or a couple of days before. I'm not sure, but it was before she had that interaction with my great grandfather. And just think that's just a crazy. Like, he was saying he didn't get to say goodbye to my mom, so his spirit, like the last remnants of his spirit, stayed behind long enough and strong enough to say goodbye to my mom. That was crazy, a crazy story when she told us. And my mom, and this is just to show the credibility of my mom. My mom's not a bullshitter. She doesn't lie. She's not a liar. And when she was telling us the story, she was emotional, and you could tell that it was something that it was engraved on her heart, and she's going to have that for the rest of her life. Ethan, he's not here. Ethan had a similar experience. So the same relative, buddy, the one I'm named after, my tata Sergio, when he passed away, Ethan slept between my parents because he's a pussy, but he he slept between my parents, and my grandpa was coming up the stairs, and my Ethan woke up, and similar situation. He told him everything's gonna be okay and goodbye, and that he loves them very much. Ethan at the time, I want to say he was like 4, maybe 5. He was little, and Ethan didn't know my tata passed away. He was little. They didn't tell him. And even if they did, I don't think he would be able to process what it really meant. So he tells us this story the day after, and all of us are taken aback because I think my tata had died a week prior to that happening. And Jessie herself has brought up numerous stories of her own grandmother, similar situations. I don't know. I don't know if you've ever experienced anything like that, Oscar.
Just in my dreams where I've seen my grandma, and I've never talked to her. Just seen her just there, as the dream's going on, and I see her there and smile, and that's pretty much it. I haven't really talked to her, but I feel like I will have an experience this November.
Yeah,
when I do see her,
I think you will. Especially because ever since you linked up with Jessie, even Buddy, dude, I swear to God, Buddy's like almost there. Like, he's got the clairvoyant door open a little bit with his head out like this, like like The Shining. Here's Buddy, and he's almost there. And I feel it's the same case with you, Osk, with your clairvoyance. Like, ever since you met Jessie and you've had more interactions with Jessie, I feel like you're just, it's compiling. It's like unlocking certain features of your clairvoyance. I feel, who knows, maybe you going to Florida Is it in Florida? No. You said Cancun.
Cancun. Oh.
Yeah. When you go to Cancun, it could unlock it
viewers.
fully.
I said Cancun.
Cancun. How dare you? How dare you?
We're going to Mexico.
Cancun. We're going to Mexico and gonna go to Cancun.
You're gonna Cancun?
Oh, buddy, this topic's pretty heavy.
It's gonna be like a 2-part video.
No, we got this. Viewers love this. I know that the viewers love it because I see the analytics. They didn't like the super cut. It's not the retention wasn't there, and
nobody likes super cuts.
No.
My God.
Sorry if anybody goes to Supercut. I had a bad experience.
Sorry if anybody works at Supercut.
What Oz is trying to say, he's not a haircutting elitist. He's fine. He's okay with if you go to Supercuts. All right, but you got anything? Great clips. Got anything else?
I got a couple of the stories.
Okay.
One about a woman named Mary who received a voicemail from her deceased mother's phone.
Ooh.
And the message, there was only 3 words, and it was, "I love you." So the phone had been disconnected for months, and the carrier for that phone claimed that it was impossible for the message to have ever been sent.
Okay.
Was it Sprint?
That's pretty crazy. A voice message. Sprint, yeah, right? Or Metro.
Nextel.
That would be a trip if you got a chirp from somebody that's been passed away.
Dude, imagine. I don't think I still have that thing. That's gone, I think.
I know you guys had them.
Well, they were the best. I felt like a undercover cop or something.
I know. We thought we were so cool. All of us had them. It's funny because you would never think. Like, you would never think a bunch of country ass kids have these Nextel phones talking to each other.
Because that's really what they're for. Of course we would.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd have much else to do other than talk to you. Oíste que estaba chupando el p.
Oh my God.
Ah, ya sé.
This thing was, if you started talking to somebody and they were like in a public place and all of a sudden like,
oh yeah. Oh my God.
I had a pink one. It was so cute.
I got to experience those a little bit too.
The tail end of it. You got the hand me down. No, well, you and Ethan, you guys were part of the, what was it? The Firefly. What was it called? They had it had like one button.
Oh yeah, there was a Firefly. But that phone, because my dad used to work and like he used to have that for his work phone. So I would use the little thing all the time and talk to my friends through there.
My parents had this freaking phone in the car that looked like a suitcase.
Yeah.
And it was like covered in plastic.
No.
Oh yeah. You would open the suitcases like big ass phone, like take it to the limit. That's hilarious. So, Bud, I think with this topic, this is always going to be an area of contention and probably an area of discussion. Yes, Nikola Tesla and Thomas Edison were part of the creation of this phone. It was called the Skull Phone. What would you say it's called?
The phone was called the Spirit Phone. The Skull was actually a paranormal group. It's a professional paranormal group that does these kind of tests. Yeah.
Okay. So I know we covered that, but obviously this is always going to be a part of it. Science versus after death messages. I'm sure there's a little bit of that to be sprinkled into it, correct?
Yeah. I mean, the one thing that I did find about it, the skeptical part about the science side and the paranormal side, is scientists are trying to find a conclusion to this hypothesis.
Right, of
And if
course.
they don't have something solid in hand, they don't want to conclude that it's real.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But I mean, in my personal opinion on this, it's like, why would you be conducting the science trying to find this if you didn't already believe it was real?
Yeah,
Like,
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
just having it in your hand doesn't mean, that it's real or not.
Right.
There's got to be a reason why we are investing in science trying to make this happen.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it goes hand in hand with exactly with what you said is that why even do the research if you already have it in your head exactly what you want the hypothesis to be? And if it doesn't turn out that way, then it's not real. Come on, buddy. It's not what you want it to be. It's going to be what reality is. And sometimes
Mm-hmm.
reality is the unknown, whether people
Yep.
want to take it that way or not.
Yeah.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
and obviously from a skeptic lens, they're going to come at it with, automated systems that could be doing this or scheduled messages that how we mentioned in the last episode, um, where a post office message came through an email or an AI system. I think we touched on that you could schedule a prompt so that the AI can push this message forward to the loved ones. SIM card errors, I think, was another thing, and data backups triggering old notifications. Yes, there can be glitches in the system, but there are certain things where it just doesn't make sense. How are you going to
Mm-hmm.
explain if it's a SIM card error where, okay, this person may have died and they're telling you something that's going on right now? It's their voice, but they're no longer living. How do you explain that?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, there's other ways to come at it and different lenses to look at what we're talking about tonight. I am going to come from the camp, to wrap it, wrap the whole death messages, after death messages for myself. I, like I outlined earlier, I'm going to attack it at, I'm not going to say attack it, more view it as there's a positive side to it and a negative side to it. And I'm always going to see it that way. Is it real? Fuck yeah, I think it's real. Um, are there glitches? Fuck yeah, there's glitches too. But nothing's ever ruled out, in my opinion. And how do the rest of you feel about this topic?
I feel the same way, but it's just like what you said. Like, there's just certain situations that happen where it's so in line with what, like for example, like the voicemail. How do you, number one, in 2011, how do you automate a voicemail to be sent during that
Mm-hmm.
time? Like, there's no glitch that, like, there's just the probability is just crazy. If
Yeah,
somebody, if just
yeah,
send a voicemail to this number saying "I
exactly.
love you" in the voice of your mom, like, no, there's just no way.
That's wild to think. And you also have to unpack it like this to touch on what you said, Oscar, is okay, let's take that route. Let's say that. Okay, that it's an automated voicemail. Okay, sure. 85-year-old grandma figured out how to, code
Hmm.
and send this to you um at a later date. There's no fucking way, dude. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Let's be a little realistic here too. Skeptics. This is for you. Fuck, I'm getting angry now.
There's
But
even
I
ones
agree with
like where
yeah.
they get called, like, and their contact comes up. It's like, how did they even get that phone number from the
Yeah.
daughter or the son in the first place if they're a brand new number?
Yeah. Exactly.
Like, it doesn't make sense.
There has
I
to be
agree.
some type of manipulation through the frequencies.
Yeah. There
Um,
has to be.
yeah.
Hmm. How do you feel about it, Jesse?
It's familiar, right? So that is a way when the spirits try to communicate with you, like always something familiar to you that you know, right? That they know you're gonna understand. Which is why some people, like, I see pennies. My grandma always leaves me pennies or butterflies or elephants. And so by sending, I believe that it's possible that they could have from the other side sent a frequency to like reenact this "Hey, I love you" message that we send my daughter, or we send my brother, husband, whatever, in a way that they would understand.
Whenever Jessie has those type of those conversation of this happened, my grandma used to do it, or I saw my grandma, or I spoke to my grandma, I always listen because I know what's really happening, and Jessie doesn't. Jessie's another individual, kind of like my mom. Jessie doesn't bullshit around. It's rare that she does. And lying isn't part of her vocabulary. She's kind of like myself. It's kind of useless, but I definitely agree with you, Jessie, on that as well. What about you, Bud? I know this is your topic, and you did a massive amount of research on it. But what's your overall take, your own personal take? Because you were just giving us the data, the facts.
As far as I see it, like I believe this is all real. And I believe, that there is an afterlife and they're trying to reach out and speak to us in some way, and we're trying to reach back the other way. I think though the biggest thing about it is with the advancements in AI now, Chat GPT, bots that are doing text for you or phone calls for you, things like that. What's to say that one of these things doesn't somehow slip into some kind of, you know, paranormal, say like a spirit box, like a spirit box app, and all of a sudden it just starts prompting off, basically an open portal and just starts throwing all kinds of stuff out there, like we
That's
don't know what
true.
can happen. So I mean,
True.
yeah, I think this can really turn into something maybe almost out of control, because of
Oh
the
yeah,
advancements that we've had in our mobile phones and all of our technology. And yeah, I think like we just said a little while ago, I think, yeah, it's cool that we're breaching that plane, but then again, I'm also on the side of I think we just need to let also our loved ones rest instead of just keep, poking at them all the time, because basically it's going to
agreed.
happen eventually with this AI.
Yeah.
It's true. I mean, overall tonight we explored the unsettling beauty of after death digital messages, whether it's your loved ones. Jessie, while you were gone, I was also touching on the other two possibilities that I think that could also be a factor in that video we saw of an entity pretending to be the girl in that video we saw, or an entity using the girl to communicate with the parents in order for them to open up their soul. And it's the whole yin and yang thing. Jesse, you know how I am. I look at everything in a chaotic way. And at the end of the day, if any of you of our listeners or watchers, if that has happened to you, please, we want to hear about it. Make sure you leave a comment on this video on YouTube, or if you're listening, whether you're on Pandora, Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify, or any other platform, feel free to DM us on Instagram or TikTok, where I'm looking at it all seconds of the day because I am a crackhead with our podcasts and all of our stuff that we have going on right now, because we want it to succeed. So with that being said, I did want to thank everyone for the support. We did crack 1,400. Oh, I'm sorry, 2,400 subs on YouTube this past couple of days. I think it happened. Still a big feat. It's still amazing to me that we're even growing at this rate. It's almost unheard of, and we want to thank you guys for it. Overall, I think was a good episode, and a long one. We had a lot of stories to inject into Buddy's topic, as well as our catch up in the beginning, which I think is very important. We broke the fourth wall and people got to know us a little better on a personal level. I think this is a good spot for this episode to end. I think, Buddy, we'll save your story time for next week. Like I said, we want to thank everybody for their support. It's very important to us because we love having these discussions. It's very therapeutic for us, both when we're filming and when we're not filming, and we love to do this, and it's entertaining for us. As much as it's entertaining for us, we hope that it's entertaining for you guys as well. And I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, from my pink and red aura that that Vale gave me, I want to say thank you. And keep we have a lot of stuff going on. Me and Jessie are working diligently to get her show up on the channel. It's going to happen. Osk is going to film his pretty soon, and we're going to launch that too. Just so it's going to be a fun time. We have a lot of plans with our channel, and if the other channel, the gaming channel's up, and we're posting stuff and gaming on that side. If you want to go take a look at it, it's on our home tab on YouTube if you want to check it out. And yeah, that's all I have. Do you guys have anything you want to say to our audience that I haven't rambled on about?
Go to our website.
Hey, go to our website, paranormaldudes.com.
Yeah, I guess just feel free to share any stories. Don't be as short as they are. As long as they are, we always appreciate them, and we love to talk about and unpack them.
Yes, at paranormaldudes.com/submit your story. Buddy, you got anything from?
Same as last week. Like, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you know when we're on.
Exactly. You know what? I will say this, is sappy as portions of this particular episode have been. I want to say Buddy's aura, the whole blue aura. What I remember, Buddy gave the best hugs always when you were going through a rough time, when you were a kid, when we were kids or whatever. Yeah, it always felt like when Buddy gave you a hug, everything was okay. Just so you guys could see the blue aura of Buddy, the vibes of Buddy. It's I'm very happy to have him on the show. I'm very happy to have him here. But yeah, that's all we have. Yeah, you got it, bud. That's all we have for tonight, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. We will be back on next week. Keep an eye out for our merch. It's coming out soon. We'll announce it on our socials when it's ready to go. We have a lot of cool apparel and clothing that's going to be released, and stickers, maybe patches, maybe other things. We'll figure it out. But thank you for joining us tonight. You have a wonderful night. Stay spooky, everybody. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Later, dudes.